Hey everybody, it's Cindy here, and this week we have been talking about practices that can help you to be still in your life and more centered and help you enjoy the benefits of that physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And so Monday we talked about mindfulness, yesterday we talked about meditation, and today we're going to talk about stillness and breath. So being still basically is exactly what that phrase probably means to you, which is just getting quiet and sitting still, kind of checking out from all the typical noise of your daily life, maybe shutting off your phone, shutting off the television, getting away from the people around you, not engaging in other activities, but simply being quiet, being still. Maybe this is sitting in your favorite chair in your favorite room. Maybe this is sitting outdoors on your deck with a cup of tea. Maybe this is, laying on the hammock in the backyard. Doesn't matter what form, but it's just being quiet with yourself, being still. The thought behind it is that when we get quiet, that we can hear our own intuition, our sixth sense. We can hear any spiritual beings or spiritual guides, God, the Holy Spirit, the still small voice, angels, guides, whatever you believe in, that is a time that they are most able to send us messages or make impressions upon us because we're quiet enough to hear them, things like that. And at the same time, the body rests during that stillness time. It's not the same as sleep, but it's very valuable and more valuable in some ways. And so your heart calms down, your mind slows down. If you are prone to anxiety or stress or any phobias, anything like that, it will also help calm those. So it's really important to just be really quiet with yourself every day for a stretch of time. If you've got 5 minutes, do it for 5 minutes. If you have 45 minutes and that feels good to you, fine. There's no rule around it, but being still is very important. Now, to add to the quality of that experience, the quality and the benefits of that experience, you may want to do some deep breathing. Now, what I mean by this, just on a very elementary level, is breathing, inhaling through the nose, and in a way that your diaphragm, which is down here, your diaphragm expands out when you're inhaling, not like sucking up hard as you inhale, but rather like that, and then hold it for a second, and then exhale out slowly through your mouth. So inhaling slowly through your nose, letting your diaphragm expand, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly. I like to close my eyes when I do it because it shuts out even more stimuli. So breathing deeply a few times like that for a few moments while you're sitting still, and then just sitting there and just listening in the silence will probably not only calm you physically and mentally, but might bring some insights to you, some answers to some questions you may have. If you have a decision you're attempting to make, it might bring you some options that you hadn't thought of before. There's just all kinds of things. And then this lowers blood pressure, lowers tension, things like that. So it's really awesome to make this part of your daily routine, just as much as you do brushing your teeth or making your bed or paying your bills or eating a meal. Bring in stillness. So if you want some real experts to learn from about these things, I recommend anything by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, see that name up there? Kind of a strange one. But and here's his picture back here. You may have seen him on television. He's world renowned, and he is all about this, being present in the moment and stillness. Actually, he has a book that I own and I can't find, so I must have loaned it out, called Stillness Speaks. It's a little purple sweet book called Stillness Speaks. It's very, very good, very simple. It's all about this. These are more complicated writings of his, but really dive in deep to how being present in our life can really be transformative. So anything by him, anything you see by him would be supportive of this work. So with this guy, Michael Singer, these are his two most popular works as far as my understanding goes. The first was The Untethered Soul. People love this book. This one happens to be my favorite, The Surrender Experiment. I like this one too a lot. But this one, this is a testimony of his 40 years of meditation as an adult and how it completely transformed his life. He believes his life's truly miraculous because he learned to use meditation to surrender and let go and sort of let his life unfold and let opportunities present themselves, and for him to be really, really clear on how to respond to those because he was so centered from his meditation practice. Very interesting life he's led. Now, this is called You Breathing Easy. Now, you know Dr. Oz, who's on television, and you may be familiar also with Dr. Roizen, who is the real age doctor. He talks about aging and how the number of our age is just a number, and we're actually another age biologically, either younger or older. Anyway, these two team up, and they've done several works together, but this is their work on breath work. It's fantastic. Some easy, simple breathing exercises, meditations, and so forth. And they are two medical doctors who buy in heavily to the physical health benefits of breath work, stillness, meditation, mindfulness, all of those things. So I really love and appreciate them because they have all this wonderful medical knowledge and perspective on our physical bodies, but yet see the value of tying in these kinds of practices. So anything with them around that. And then one of my all-time favorite authors, I've mentioned him before, Wayne Dyer. This is his little book called Getting in the Gap, Making Conscious Contact with God Through Meditation. It's just what it says. It's a very simple little book. It includes a meditation CD, and it's all about being quiet and still and connecting with our higher selves so we're better able to make decisions and be physically healthy, emotionally healthy, and spiritually healthy. So anyway, I just encourage you to dabble into this. If you haven't done any of this before, that you just dabble into it, and you don't have to be fancy about it at all. You don't have to have the books. You don't have to have CDs. Like I said yesterday, you can just sit still in your chair and close your eyes and breathe deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth for a few minutes, and just let everything else go and see how you feel in that quiet state, and see if you can tell how your heart rate goes down, how you're less anxious, how, maybe the answer to a question you've had in your mind for a while comes really clearly to you. Things like this, it's wonderful. I do some form of this almost every single day of my life because it's such a benefit to me. And it depends on the day and what's going on, but I usually start the day with some kind of practice like this. So I really set the stage for my day well by beginning there. And I do anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour of this kind of thing, along with reading things that inspire me and that kind of thing. And it's a wonderful enhancement to my life, and it really sets me up well every day of my life. So I firmly believe in it. I've seen results with people in all ages and stages of their lives with all kinds of conditions or situations they're dealing with. And so I really encourage you to dabble with it on some level, and hope you find great benefits to it. And let me know. And if you're struggling, like if you hit a bump and you're like, I don't get how to even do this, hopefully these three consecutive videos give you some tips on how to get started and do things very easily. But I understand it's kind of an unusual, for some people it's really a stretch to even consider this kind of thing, and I acknowledge that. Before I go, I'm going to say goodbye for several days because about a month ago, I told you goodbye and said I would be out for a week and a half. And I was out for a week and a half, but I was supposed to be on a 10-day Colorado vacation. And I was there one day, and my grandfather, my beloved grandfather, died. And so I left Colorado the very next day. He died in the evening, and I left the next day, of course, and took the week and a half off for grief, funeral, etc., family time, quiet time, before I went back to work. But I didn't get the vacation. so, so guess what? I've been fortunate a month later that I have rescheduled a condensed form of that vacation. It's only going to be 5 days instead of 10, but it is coming up tomorrow. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I will be out attempting to redo or have that vacation in a condensed form. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, but I will be back next week later on, and look forward to connecting to you then. Take very good care. Bye-bye.